All right, hello guys. Welcome back to DangIT Prodcast, the show where we talk about video games, anime, manga. My name is Justin. It's okay. Just let it roll. Just let it roll.
No, yeah. Take your time, Aniyah.
Aniyah, I'm Aniyah. Hold on. I'm fighting for my life right now.
And I'm Philip.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Sorry.
So, what's going on, Aniyah? You wouldn't be playing Tekken with right now, would you?
Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Little milestone. I was able to get Tekken King, was it a couple of days ago?
Okay.
So I'm out of the blue zone. Good lord. But man.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For the next until forever, I guess. I'm just gonna be playing quick matches and actually learning fundamentals. Because as decent as I am, I don't know jack compared to all the other pros.
Well,
watching a pro match.
Why don't you learn, Jack? He's in the game.
You're right. And I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I guess if
you got me there, I'm not gonna lie.
I guess if not a lot of people are playing as Jack, then that might be a little difficult.
That too. Not a lot of people play. It's just in terms of how often you run into a lot of characters. How much you actually know.
Seems like you need some kind of community of people who specialize in different characters all across.
Yeah.
Mark, I see you in chat. One, why aren't you here? Two, where do I have time to play Monster Hunter Wilds, Mark? Tell me.
Tell me this.
I love him to death, but he's still a handful. That's why I can play single player games. Well, technically, I guess I could play Wild single player, but how boring is that?
He can't play. He can't play.
That's funny.
I'm also that guy that's no, it'll get a Switch 2 port. I'm coping.
Whoa!
And if I get the Switch 2 port, then y'all are wrong, and I can pick it up on Switch 2 and enjoy it that way. But if I'm wrong, Mark, I will pick up the game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was thinking about whether or not I'd get a physical for Wilds, regardless of the platform. But I know it's one of those games where it's gonna get an expansion at some point, and whether that be download attached to the physical disc later on as that full completion type of thing. Might as well just wait for that.
Sunbreak physicals were it was just Rise on the cart, but Sunbreak is as the digital code.
Yeah, and I have a suspicion that they'll probably do that again.
Yeah, I was I didn't feel the need to go out of my way to get that version physically, because I was just oh no, you literally open the box and it's just the Rise cartridge as is. So I was just oh, nah, I could just download Sunbreak, which by the way I think is only $14 right now or something like that. Something really crazy. I'm a bite by that, right? Honestly. I've not played through Sunbreak, so.
Yeah, Sunbreak is a lot of fun. I feel like I should have done a lot more, but a lot of stuff just kind of came up because essentially there's just more add-ons, more upgrades for you later down the line there. In addition to just obviously Malzano and the rest of the other monsters.
Yeah, but Wilds looks so good.
It does. I'll tell you, it doesn't look good on Steam Deck.
Well,
it's rough. But I did for y'all, so you're welcome.
Yeah, that was funny.
He said, "Can y'all guess what game I'm playing?" And I'm
oh yeah, that's right. I did show you guys that one. I was able to circumvent the black screen, but it was, the fact that I had to circumvent it, it's wish it could just work. So I'm doing one not. Yeah, it's kind of like a full screen and borderless window type of situation. You have to switch it on and off. It's the weirdest thing. PC gaming, everybody, where you it really is just turn it off and turn it back on again to see if it works.
Yep.
But I was gonna check in with Phil since it's been a couple weeks. How have you been?
I've been good. Tired. I've been very tired. At work.
Why?
I come home because I work.
Why?
I just said that. Brother. I work. I come home. I take care of baby. He's doing great, by the way. He's doing good. He's growing. I can't believe it's almost 3 months. Time flies, dude. But yeah, I work, I come home, I take care of baby, I try to play my Switch and my Portal here and there. I have been playing the Astrobot levels. The new ones are coming out. They're tough. It took me like 50 tries for the recent one yesterday week, but I got it.
Very nice.
I got it. That bot is so cool, by the way. Dark Cloud 1. Cool reference. Thank you.
Crazy.
Thank you, PlayStation. I love it. The last week was Heihachi. That was funny.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, and his item was Kuma.
Oh, where?
And so it's just like you hit smack him. Kuma does the fart move, and then they both do. He does the God Fist, and they just kind of sit there and they're like they do the same pose. It's awesome. I love it.
Hell yeah,
I love it. But I've been playing Astrobot on the PlayStation Portal. I've been chilling, and then yeah, Switch wise, I've been playing Waterland 4.
Okay.
Because they dropped it on NSO on Valentine's Day, and that was awesome. I love that game. That is my favorite GBA game of all time. So I was like, yeah. Nolan and I started talking and hanging out because of that game.
That's like they bonded because of that game.
Yeah, that game, we love that game to death. It's so good. It's just so weird. Like you play and you're like, what am I looking at? And you're like, I wish Nintendo was like this all the time. None of it makes sense. But the levels look so clean. It looks so detailed for 16-bit. I guess technically 32-bit, but still, it looks super cool. I love it. Waterland 4 is a high recommend. I'm glad it's on NSO.
Was that a game that was made late into Game Boy Advance's lifetime?
No, that's a launch year game, dog. That's 2001.
No way.
Yeah, that's a launch game. Not launch game, but launch year. Launch game, Nintendo first party wise was Mario Advance 1, so you know. But no, that was launch year 2001. It's the same year that Mario Kart Super Circuit came out. It's the same year F-Zero, the first one, Maximum Velocity. And then Fusion came out 2002. So yeah, right before Fusion.
NSO's looking stacked. I mean, it has been looked stacked for a little bit, but now,
yeah, I didn't get to talk about Ridge Racer when it came out too. Yeah, Ridge Racer 64 was such a dank drop, dude. You guys have no idea how cool that game is. So I was a little curious when they dropped it. I went on there and wanted to see who owns the copyrights to the game, and it turns out it is a Bandai Namco game.
Okay.
Because they own Ridge Racer. The reason Ridge Racer 64 is kind of cool, like it's actually really interesting. That game is developed in-house by Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah. The Bandai Namco or Namco back in the day let them use the license. This is the same team who would go on to make Mario versus Donkey Kong. So this is the American Nintendo division. Yeah, it's really cool. Basically, it chalks down to it's the original PS1 game track. It's the original. It's Ridge Racer Revolutions track, which is the sequel, and then it's an entire new one made from Nintendo. And then variations of those 3 tracks, and then that's how you kind of do the Grand Prix.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get the Pac-Man car. I'm trying hard. But like the CPU will get to that game has some rubber banding, dude. Oh my god. But then what doesn't back in the day? But that's a cool inclusion, and it shows me that like Nintendo's going out of the way to put as much 64 games as possible, even if it's not like the ones we all come to expect. Because they've never re-released that game. The only other version of that game that exists is Ridge Racer DS, and again, it's a Nintendo-made version of the game.
Interesting.
That's Aniyah, you would love that soundtrack. By the way, it's funky. This is really good.
We're still talking about Ridge Racer, right?
Yeah.
It feels like shoot.
Give him
guys.
Yeah, this dude's like fighting for his life. In another Namco game.
Funny enough, yeah.
Real.
I was gonna say, do you think they would ever try that again, or like new Ridge Racer? I mean,
God, dude, I hope Ridge Racer 8 is a real thing eventually, dude, because that was such a showpiece for like most consoles. Like Ridge Racer 7 is still like top tier. It's really good on PS3. But then you got Ridge Racer 4 on PS1, which is like considered one of the best ones.
Okay.
And then Ridge Racer 5 is on PS2, and that game's really good. And the only one that's a little weird, 6, it was a 360 exclusive, but 7, it's basically like a demo to 7 because 7 takes everything that 6 had and more. But 7 was PS3 only, so
Really?
yeah. But I will say, if you are curious, you can play 6. 6 is backwards on Series X.
Ooh.
That's how I have it. It's really tight.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I feel you.
And then there's like the off ones that are also really good. When I picked up my 3DS like launch day, I had 3 games: Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Bubble Bob. No, is it Bubble Bobble? It's Bust a
Bubble
Move.
Bobble?
Bust a Move Universe. And then I had Ridge Racer 3D.
I feel like.
And I didn't pick up a single first party Nintendo game that day. So
Hmm.
I was playing all third parties. But I mean, can you blame me? Nintendogs, Pilot Wings, Steel Divers. That was all I had to choose from.
Yo, mean list of varieties.
Mean lineup.
But nah, I feel it.
I got you. So, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Should we go ahead and get started with pickups, actually?
Let's do it.
Okay, I will tell you right now, I got none.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
Aniyah?
Nothing. I'm getting.
Hey, that's new.
Yeah.
I haven't
what's
seen
up?
those shelves back there. That's cool.
Oh yeah, he's been busy working on the background stuff.
It's,
That looks good.
The game rack. What am I calling it? Racks. What are they called?
The parody of GameSat, Game Rack.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
I was like, I just needed some new ones, but what am I doing? I'm trying to do something as far as like expanding just like how the background looks, just a little bit. I don't want to do too much because I have nothing to really work with right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better than nothing.
That's fair.
I feel that.
That looks good though. Looks good.
Yeah, appreciate it, dog.
But my favorite thing in the background is that water bottle.
Oh, bro. It's like my whole personality in one thing.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I'll drink of water.
I have a lot of pickups.
They come with
I don't
the
know if
drink.
a lot. I don't know if it's a lot, but like I definitely have
Is it 7
I
of
have
them?
8. I have 8.
Damn.
Hey,
Naya.
I have 8.
Naya, you said 4.
Hey, I told you.
I have 6 Switch games,
Oh,
1
yeah.
Xbox Series X game, and 1 PS5 game.
Whoa.
Now, there's a catch to all this. I have a
Oh.
game. I have a game that is arriving today.
Oh, really?
And if it's here, I will show it because it's very important that I show it off.
Very important, you
No.
say. Okay.
Very important. So when it gets here, if it gets here, which actually it might have already gotten here. I'll check in a minute.
Okay.
I'll check. But if it gets here, I'm going to unbox it in front of you guys.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, did you want us to like maybe just talk about some other topic while you take care of that?
No. It's not that important. It's important for me, but you'll understand why. But I'll start with the Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch.
I was going to say, like, if it was like right at your front door, it's like, yeah, you might as well just grab it in case someone like,
Oh yeah. I would have probably if it goes off right now, I'll go get it. But
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You want anyone to take it from you? By the way, I need to be right back, guys. As I grab my house key.
You know what's so funny about that joke? When you see the game, you're not gonna want to get it.
I'm scared.
Bro.
You know what? I
Like,
don't have any
that
more to
can mean
be.
a lot of
I'm
things.
good.
Yeah. I picked up for Xbox literally
Uh-huh.
$25. This went on a
Ooh, okay.
crazy like sale. It was random. I was like, yo, I got it for 25. This is not gonna be bad. And so I picked it up, despite some what people think. I want to make my own judgments on it, and I do like the series. So
Mhm.
this is Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. The latest one, actually.
Yes, $25, dog. It already went down. That's crazy.
Ooh.
Crazy. I do like BioWare games, you know. I'm not like the craziest fan in the world, but I do like BioWare games. So I'm gonna put some time into it eventually. One day, hopefully.
You just need one.
It's a lot harder to play. It's a lot harder to play my Xbox right now, but yes. One day I'll get to it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But this next one, I will thank you, Justin, for holding on to it for me and getting it for me when I asked for it.
Oh, okay.
Because I really wanted this in my collection, and it's more appropriate now that Ninja Gaiden 4 got announced.
Mhm.
Wait,
because this is a Team Ninja game, and that is for the PS4 classics at this point. Neo and Neo 2, the Neo collection.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. I'm very excited to play these. These apparently are like Souls-like?
Kinda.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, I guess then I would know better here.
Yeah, I played it. I played the first one a few years ago because my friend had it. But aside from that, only just the first one. I never played the second one, so I don't know. But I do hear that like the game itself is good, but I think as far as like an opinion that I really take into consideration, Max said it was like the level design wasn't up to par as far as like what he appreciated from software games, like anything Souls like.
Interesting. Okay. I'm excited to play it anyways. It's Team Ninja, so like
yeah, the action, bro.
They got it. They got it.
Now, the next stack here is my Switch games. And I got 4 from Limited Run, 2 retail. I'll start from Limited Run.
Yes.
All right. I got this game. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got it for the idea that because how can I explain this? I like retro games. I like experiencing games that are genre defining and like have actually historically done something for gaming. And this is one of those games, completely remade to be basically playable on modern platforms with new graphics and stuff from Digital Eclipse.
Ooh.
And so when they put this out physically, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2024 Grammy Award for the best video game soundtrack. This is Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Yeah. This won a Grammy this year, bro.
Really?
Yeah, this won a Grammy.
I was like,
Grammy for its soundtrack.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, it's a full 3D remake of the original, like Apple II. Like it's very old console. It looks like laser graphics.
Really?
But this is actual 3D models. It's basically it's not a remake in the sense that they're changing anything. They literally just put everything over on top of the actual game.
Got you.
So it's basically a modern way to play and experience the original Wizardry game. And Wizardry is influential in a lot of things. Without this game, you wouldn't have things like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. So I really wanted to see what all the hype is about this, you know?
Really?
So this is an old PC headlight game. So
gotcha.
I'm cool with it. I never knew about it.
I'm very excited to have that. This next one's crazy because that might be my game, by the way. This next one's crazy because it's got the Game Grumps as a developer.
Okay.
Yeah. Physical copy through Limited Run. So I had to get this. I was like, okay, because I looked up the game.
We play that game. I'm super curious.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of good things and some mixed things, but I want to make my own opinions. And I like horror games, so this is Homebody.
Very nice.
Yeah.
They've come a long way.
I was just watching a Metal Jesus video today, and he actually recommended it as a hidden gem. So
Metal Jesus.
So, yeah.
He's
that guy.
Yeah. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me go see if that's the package.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, as far as pickups, there's one. Although I did say it'll either gonna be physical or digital. Probably just digital like this time for now, but it will be a pickup regardless for next week. But it's gonna be big. A lot of big, exciting things I wanted to talk about for the upcoming week, actually, for this podcast. But for now, let's kind of stick it to game pickups, like on Phil's end. He's been gone for a couple weeks, so he's definitely stockpiled like quite a bit.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, 8? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's crazy because I have this whole like budgeting goal now, and it's been like really crazy because I was able to look at like my bill for like the month, and unlike usual times, I was able to just pay it off in like just a few minutes. I was like, oh, that's everything. Yeah, okay.
Hell yeah.
It makes me feel nice, although it's weird because like I sanction it off like by month, but this billing period is like between months, so it just kind of adds up when I pay it up front. So I'm like, all right. But yeah, it's so funny because that means I'm slowing down on pickups here and there, at least like once a month. But here's Phil. He's still going at
I
it.
get it.
Yeah. Oh, also, I know that Mark was like in the chat a little bit earlier. You did kind of miss Phil's initial response. I will tell you on behalf of him, he is sorry.
Yo, it's crazy. What was that? I heard a sub. What was that?
Hold on.
Wait, did you get?
Okay. I decided to just open it just in case to make sure it was all right. So I'm gonna show it at last.
Gotcha.
I'll show it last. It's here. But yes. All right. What'd I miss?
Not much.
Sucking at Tekken.
I heard a what's his face? Shut up. Hold on.
He wasn't gonna let that slide.
I heard a sub sound, so I was like, what was that?
Oh. Oh.
Mm-mm.
Was that not you, Justin?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Really?
Was
me?
it on your end?
Vlad. He's in here.
No way. Hold on. No, it should have been. What was that?
What was that?
No, I heard. No, wait. Hold on.
What was
it
that?
might have. No, wait. Hold on. You know what'd be funny? I think it.
Hey,
it'd be
what the
funny
dog
if the
bark?
person- It might be. It might be the person who's beating me up right now. Oh snap! He's like, while we're fighting, I'm gonna send you a follow. I think
Crazy.
that's
nice.
what happened. I don't know.
All right. My next pickup
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, tell me
is
more.
kind of a big one for limited run. This is an interesting one because this game is a limited run game,
Uh-huh.
but it has a normal physical retail release a long time ago.
Okay.
A long time ago. It had a normal one. And I never owned it myself. And so
Uh-huh.
this gave me the opportunity to own it. And this is a special version of the game.
Yeah.
So I will finally play it because it's one of the only ones I haven't played.
Mm.
And I really liked the first game in the series, but I've never played this one. So this is Valkyria Chronicles 4 Complete Edition.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Complete.
Complete Edition. This is why it's interesting. It's all of the DLC released on the cart.
Ooh.
So this is the official way to own everything on one cartridge. They did not. This is the version that's not going to be retail. Retail version is just normal without DLC.
Mm.
Got you.
So I was like, interesting. That's cool. I'm down with this. I like
Very
this.
nice. Very nice.
Hold on. What kind of game is that? I feel like I've seen a little bit of that before.
Tactical RPG, but in more of like in the sense like not grid based. It's more Worms. You play Worms, like 3D Worms?
Can't say that I have.
Okay,
But I feel like
let's
you
try the
showed, I was thinking like
Codename
you showed us the
Steam.
series. Yeah.
Codename Steam.
No,
You
I think
played
you
that?
showed us the series before.
Yeah, it's very much you have a limited movement area where you can walk up to. Like
Yeah.
then it's also a third person shooter. So like you're walking up, you're making sure you're like aiming, and then your strategy is make sure you aim, boom, take the shot. All right, cool. Next person's turn, the next team's turn.
Yeah, no, I remember
It's a
you showed us
tactical
this
RPG, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. One of the obscure Sega ones. It's very good.
before. Got you.
And Switch has Valkyria Chronicles 1 and then now 4. One day, I hope for 2 and 3, but you know, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll
One
see.
day. This next one is a night dive game, so I had to get it.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, I have to get it.
love a night
But it's also probably the weirdest one they've made.
Hmm.
I don't know. I pre-ordered Killing Time. We'll see if that one tops it. But this one is interestingly like I tried it and it's remastered all right. I just don't know if they should have done it.
Oh, one of those, huh?
Well, okay. Let me show the game first and I'll go for it. This is called PO'd Definitive Edition.
Pissed off?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So the original game was a PS1, like early PS1 game. And it ran like ass. Yeah, it's not
I see
good.
why.
Yeah. And so yeah. Their enemies are literal asses in this game. to be pointed.
Crazy.
Yeah. So the idea is that your ship is being overrun by aliens, but you're a chef.
You
Okay.
got me. Why did this game do bad?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. But it's got the night dive treatment. It runs super well. It's 60 frames per second. It's just the fact that the game is whatever.
Oh,
I'm gonna put
really?
more time into it. I think I have to mess around with the movement a little bit because I found out in the options you can adjust the sensitivity for movement. It moves really slow in the game. I hope I can bump that up a little bit because I was like, yeesh, why am I like? I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
around.
gliding. Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
or I'm sliding on ice the whole time. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it is a it's a boomer shooter. It's a first person old school shooter. So it's Night Dive. I had to get it anyways. I'm just curious as to why this is the one that actually, let me rephrase it. I know why this one was chosen. This was actually a joke. They teased this on April Fools of last year, and they were like, April Fools, we're going to do PO Definitive Edition. Haha. And no one believed them. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, no, we're serious. It's out.
Here, pre-orders. Here we go.
No, like yeah, I was like, what?
That's funny.
What do you mean? Like, so I am I'm interested to keep trying it. But it was funny. It was just a funny pickup.
Sure.
Now the next two are my retail pickups. And they're pretty big ones. Nintendo's been promoting these in ads and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
These two in particular, they're promoting one more for next week. I'm not picking that up day one, but I actually do want to get it. That's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I want to pick that up. It's 14. It's all 14 of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance Yu-Gi-Oh games.
That sounds. Wait, how many?
14,
Wow.
including the Japanese only ones, and they're in English. I think there's like one game in there that's the exception. But also I found out why. It's because one of the Game Boy Advance games has that Game Boy Color game in English. So they were just like, they're putting the Japanese version as for prosperity's sake, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know they had one. No,
Yeah,
but I didn't know they had 14. That's crazy.
There's a lot. Yeah, it looks really cool, dude. I want to play it. Now, anyways, the next game on my list is a big one for me and Justin. Because I don't know when the hell I'm gonna get to it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've like so many games behind at this point, but I will pick these up to support the series because I love it too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that is for the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2.
Very nice. I have my copy right here too.
Yeah, there we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're good. I've heard some mixed things about this one in particular, but it's because it's more like an epilogue to what that original first one was.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, hey, it's a Trails game.
It's a Trails game, so it's better than most.
Yeah. It's better than most games out there, anyways.
Crazy.
This next one, this last retail pickup, is I had to get it. I've been waiting for a physical, so I got to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm really glad I got a physical copy. This year in particular, I want to focus a little more on picking up some physical indie games for my Switch before Switch 2 comes out. And so Aniyah, thank you for your review during the top 10 of our 2024 list, because I was like, okay, yeah, I'm convinced. And I know you said this version was the maybe you shouldn't have played it on this console, but I just like I just like my Switch, damn it.
It was a little interesting. I'm just hoping that like maybe they might have patched it up. Who knows?
There was a patch that just recently launched for it, so maybe.
Yes.
So that is for the really cool indie, The Plucky Squire.
Very nice. I like that cover art too.
Right, it's so minimalistic, but I love it. Like, it looks so good. Yeah, I picked this up just yesterday. Just came out.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to really get into this one.
I'm about to get it, actually.
I have Neva pre-ordered as well. Neva comes out in April.
Ooh.
Oh,
it is
beautiful.
April. I actually have a lot of pre-orders paid off and ready to go.
Nice.
Next week is what? Bakaru?
Yes, that's right.
Yep, next week is Bakaru. I'm excited for that. That's the 3D platformer from Goodfield. The team who made Princess Peach Showtime and Yoshi's Crafted World, Yoshi's Woolly World, Wario Land Shake It. But this is not a Nintendo property. They're just making a 3D platformer.
I was gonna say, this one moves different.
Yeah, it moves a little different. But that one's coming out next week physically. Then after that, for me, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD. I got that pre-order, so I'll be picking that up. I got like Split Fiction ready to go pre-order because I'm really excited. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Atelier Yumiya. I had to, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Neva, I have Fatal Fury City of the Wolves pre-ordered because you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta do that too.
And I got Capcom Fighting Collection 2 pre-ordered. So we're
stacked.
Cooking. We're cooking, brother. Those are all up until May. So
crazy.
I wanted to pay off my pre-orders ahead of time. So I was just like, I can start putting away money for myself and do other things. With one exception. I got this pickup right now. I just picked it up out of the door. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. It had to be done. I had to do it. This is a milestone for me. All right. In my game room, this is a milestone. In my collection, in my Switch pickups, this is a milestone for me because I did it. I officially now own every single first-party Nintendo game on the Nintendo Switch.
Wait, which game?
Up to this point.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously Xenoblade comes out next month.
Okay, but wait, what game?
Was missing one. I was missing just one single game, and I told myself, you know what? I cannot go into the Switch 2 without finishing Switch 1, like first party wise, like collecting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am now the proud owner, absolute proud owner of DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
Oh my god, it's been a long time coming, but it finally happened. I can't even imagine this. This is a fever dream.
Nintendo publishes this damn game, dude.
You finally did it.
$30. I could not find it any cheaper than $30, dude.
Ooh.
Well, it's DC.
I don't care.
It's the branding.
It's like paying for what is that? Alienware PC. You're paying for the brand.
Brother, I didn't want this in my collection. They forced me. They twisted my hand. I keep telling everybody that I meet, I'm like, yo, I'm like in a toxic relationship with Nintendo. They hit me. All right. They hit me. And I sit there and I cry for a minute and I get up. I go,
it's like, you out?
They were just having a bad day.
It's like, you up? You out?
like Nintendo does this kind of crap every time. And I fall for it because I'm a dumb Nintendo fan. Like,
Obsidian. Super tough. Super sharp. That's crazy.
But yeah, I did it. I bought it. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power is now in my collection. I did it.
You are now you are an owner of the first party.
I am an owner. Yeah. So
prestigious game.
With this in my collection, that's it. I officially own every single physical first party Nintendo title for the Nintendo Switch up to date.
That's crazy.
Up until Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Since Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch came out on Switch.
Hell yeah.
You pretty much just have Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that like you pretty much have to keep that record up until the end of Switch 1's life cycle, which is whenever.
Yeah. That is the plan. I'm hoping they don't start doing dual releases. I hope it's just like, hey, Switch 1 gets a game and then you can just play it on Switch 2. I hope that's the case.
Oh, you're like what's happening with like PlayStation 5 and everything?
Yeah, like a lot of dual releases, but that's also because the SKUs are different. Nintendo just says, hey, you just pop I don't think Nintendo's backwards compatibility is going to be the same as like PlayStation or Xbox. It's just going to be like a DS to 3DS. Hey, you just play it on here. That's it. They don't do anything, nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't upgrade anything. It doesn't like keep things stable. It's whatever it plays as on Switch 1 is going to play on Switch 2. That's it. Like,
I feel it. I mean, like that's the best way to go.
I mean, I don't know if it's the best way, but it's definitely the easiest way, you know? Save the hassle.
Yeah.
And so, yes, of course, I will be continuing doing this with Switch 2 as well. But Switch 1, whatever they throw at me, because I mean, and we'll get into that in a little bit because we got Pokemon Day to talk about. Whatever they throw at me, I'm picking up. So, but yes, this is historic. I have every single first party Nintendo game, and for people who don't know what that means, it means anything with the actual Nintendo logo as the publisher. It is in my collection. Every single first party game up to date. Yeah. All the Fire Emblems, all the Marios, the Zeldas, the random one-offs like Astral Chain and and then the ones I didn't really want to get, but I got them anyways, like DC Superhero Girls and Go Vacation. So
Go Vacation, and I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I tried to. I tried to. It just sits there on my shelf staring at me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You want to go on vacation? Sadly.
Yeah, that's a Bandai Namco game that was on the Wii.
Really?
Yeah. It's a Wii. It was a Wii game that they ported in HD, and Nintendo for some reason was just like, "We'll publish it this time."
Like you guys,
whatever, whatever, dude. I guess they just needed casual games. It's like when I picked up Fitness Boxing 1, 2, and 3. But I also don't hate those as much as I hate looking at this. Like the Fitness Boxing games reminds me of Wii. Like it reminds me of the Wii era where it's like you get those Wii motion games, the casual games. This is, and here's the worst part. This isn't even like a bad game. It's just like it's a well polished game. It's not meant for adults. It's meant for like it's meant for him when he grows up and he wants to play a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Early stage gamer game. Sure.
You can finally point at the targeted audience.
Yeah. So, but I will say it is kind of cool in the Switch's life. Nintendo has published a game from Marvel and a game from DC. So there's that. There's that. And also, this is from the team who made Deadly Premonition. So take that.
That's wild. That's wild.
Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, funny.
But yeah, I did it. It's the deed's done, ladies and gentlemen.
Deed is done.
The deed's done.
That's one Band-Aid ripped off.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, I see. Let me just check the chat real quick.
Yeah, do we want to talk about Pokemon Presents actually?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's do it.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to fill me in.
Guys, there's gonna be Pokemon at Pokemon Presents.
I didn't even think about that.
That's what I heard.
Take. Why would you say something so controversial?
So controversial. You want us to get us canceled?
I say it as I seize it. You know, I've got the inside sources telling me for sure Pokemon will be there at Pokemon Presents.
My uncle works at Pokemon.
Dangerous behavior.
No, okay. Every year, Pokemon Day lands on February 27th. That is the official day that Red and Green launched in Japan.
Yeah.
So they usually do a Pokemon Presents, which is basically, let's just call it as it is. It's a Nintendo Direct, but just specifically for Pokemon. Yeah, that's what it is. So they're going to do that on the 27th. It is confirmed 1 week ahead of schedule.
Interesting.
Which is sometimes it's normal behavior, but typically they give us like a 3-day heads up, not really a week. So I think they want all eyes on that presentation, especially because Nintendo themselves are retweeting it as well. Remember that Pokemon operates a little weirdly and differently than Nintendo, right? Like their Pokemon company is the one handling all this. Like they're not.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo's only role is that they handle the publishing rights for the video games. That's it for the most part. Like Unite's not Nintendo.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah. So like that kind of stuff. But did you have any predictions? I mean, can I get the safest one out of the way?
There will be sorry, no, go ahead.
Other than there will be Pokemon, because I think that's pretty safe bet. I think we're gonna see a lot of mobile game updates.
I think that's a safe given. Pokemon Presents represents everything that they do.
Yep.
And they branched off like quite a bit, like a good number of years ago. So we're talking about
we're looking
like Pokemon Go, for example, is one of them. Like Pokemon Masters is another one of them. Pokemon Sleep is a new one. TCG Pocket's a newer one.
Yep.
Okay,
They might even touch up on the physical for TCG, right? What was it?
Yeah,
Cafe Remix.
TCG.
Cafe
Remix. Pokemon Unites.
Yeah, and that
Unite.
That could be the ensemble there.
Which Mark hit it already on the nail. The leak for Unite is that Suicune is getting added. Which that makes sense.
Yeah, they have been letting some legendary pseudos even just kind of like pop in there.
Yep. So that's the kind of stuff I expect for sure. You know what I mean? Like I get it. And unfortunately, that's what half of this show takes up.
Yeah.
So, hey, look, if you're into the mobile games and you love the updates, great. There are the Poke fans that love it.
Good on you.
Good on you. I know, like Justin will be there for the TCG Pocket stuff. I get it.
Sure.
I'm just, I want.
You just want the video games,
I want the actual video games. But also, we should also just get out of the way. I think they're gonna tease that Pokemon Cross Ardman project that they were teasing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. You know, I just recently watched Wallace and Gromit, The Vengeance Most Foul, and I'm like, man, Ardman still got it, bro. Ardman still got it, dude. With their sculpting and their claymation is so like top tier. It never fails. By the way, if you haven't watched that, absolute recommend. It's so good. So good. No wonder it's winning like awards left and right. But yeah, but that's the same team who's going to do this Pokemon thing. So I can't wait to see what that claymation is going to be for Pokemon.
Ooh.
So now we want to talk about the games, right?
Yeah, I want to hear y'all go expand on that.
All right, yeah, because that's what the big conversation is here, right?
All right.
I do want to, again, I just want to get the safe things out of the way.
Safe.
Right?
Okay.
Legend ZA is going to be there. I don't think at this point they can't let that game get any longer than
one solid year. Yeah,
it's been been an entire year since they haven't shown that game. It'll be 1 year to that day,
which is insane. I was kind of expecting someone to like leak some information out at this point, but no
leaks. I haven't seen a damn thing, which is great. I'm going into this blind. Yeah. I'm curious to see what Legends would look like in one city, and that's it.
Especially given like they have been taking a lot of the feedbacks from like I would probably say not just Legends, but also like Scarlet and Violet, and just see what can they do with this.
Yeah. And I'm not expect this. I fully expect this to be just a Switch 1 game. I don't think this is a Switch 2 game at all.
Really?
Yeah, no, there's no way. I don't think Game Freak went all out of their way this whole time to polish up this one Switch 1 game just to be like, by the way, we gotta switch it to Switch 2 now. You know what I mean? This is definitely going to be one of the last Switch 1 games that are exclusively a Switch 1 game. And then Nintendo will definitely tell you and promote it later on. Hey, you can play this on Switch 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I also think that about Metroid Prime 4, but I just don't think Nintendo would be going out of the way to be like, hey, by the way, another way to play Pokemon Legends ZA. No. This is just, I think this is definitely strictly a Switch 1 game, but I'm curious where you think it would land. I'm thinking they show us the game, and I'm thinking they give us a day, because it does. Nintendo is hard confirming this and Metroid for 2025.
Oh, hard confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of hard because I think that if depending on like where that date lands, will decide or will give us an indication as to like what can we expect as far as like how much they're going to show like for next week versus them just giving you all the information and then date. Because it could be one of those things where like it'd be coming out like in say October, let's just say October, and so you'll just get like a nice little.
Are you gonna go with October?
No, I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Because I was like, no way. You think this game is like late 2025 game? No way.
But yeah, like just like as a hypothetical, if it was late October, then for next week's presents, they would just maybe give you like a nice like visual, maybe some stuff as far as like gameplay and whatnot, but not really elaborate. And then if it's in the month of October, then they would give you an actual overview closer to the date. So presents would just be kind of like this is just another like official trailer, and that's it.
Yeah.
But if it's closer, then maybe we'll get a whole like overview of everything.
I think they didn't show it for a whole year for a reason. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna definitely see what this is, and they're gonna elaborate a lot. I hope. I'm. You know what? Honestly, Justin, I've been debating what month to place this game in. And I'm thinking if it's not April, May. It cannot go past May, I think, in my opinion.
I haven't really been thinking too much about it, so I can't really say officially.
Well, I have some other theories for this month because February is not over, ladies and gentlemen. But
yeah,
crazy.
February is not over. But next month's Xenoblade, and they still have to give a day for Metroid, and they still have to give a day for Pokemon Legends. So I'm thinking Legends is before Metroid, maybe.
Okay.
Damn.
And
Metroid's
given
cooking.
whenever, here's where I start losing it though, because where would you play Switch 2? because I'm assuming Legends and Metroid they want to launch it before the Switch 2 comes out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or at least closer, or like a little bit like before, enough to where someone's gonna pick up a Switch 2 day one and go, I can pick up Legends ZA as well.
Makes sense for people's wallets. Sure.
Mhm.
I won't really elaborate too much on it because we're still talking about Pokemon and not Nintendo Switch 2. But if that were the case, then Switch 2 would. I've heard people talk about end of June.
I was thinking that too. So if that's the case, I think Legends ZA would be late April or May.
Yeah, but obviously
That's my
this
best
is
bet.
all conjectures, and it's just like based on like, oh well, where can they place things like within the months? So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait until April.
Yeah, you're
though.
right. It's still, yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. Because what? It's about to be the end of February. So
Mhm.
like a little more than 2 months away. That's a
Mhm.
good amount of space. All things considered, for April, giving us more info on the Switch too. So sure.
Because I mean, how hype would that be? They show us that Legends ZA, and then they're like, by the way, 2 months.
That
It'll
is
be in your
fair.
hands.
That's
Because
fair.
you know, man,
That's a
trying to
crazy
find-
turnaround time.
yeah, trying to find like a good a good time for the turnaround time. Like how long people are gonna keep saying, when is it gonna come out? You're gonna keep hyping it up. Like how can you please every crowd to where they know when it comes out and then have enough to plan for everything within the next 2 months?
Especially since Nintendo fans right now are like starving. Like they want the Switch, they want more Switch 2 info. But then they're also like, by the way, what do we have? Xenoblade? That's it. Like, what else is left?
Yeah.
So,
That's
well,
fair.
first party wise, those are the first party, like the people who only play Nintendo games. That's what they want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because I was like, obviously, I'm eating. I got Plucky Squire, I got Suikoden coming out, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's not the point. The point is Pokemon Legends. I think it's probably May or April. That's my best bet.
Gotcha. Oh. All right.
But that's the easy, safest bet because that's the one we know exists.
Okay.
Do you think anything else happens? I got a couple of predictions.
Oh, let's see. I see what you mean. You know what? I think another kind of safe one would probably maybe be an NSO update. I keep saying maybe at that point, but it's like maybe some NSO update, spin-off game, just spin-off game.
I was gonna say spin-off games. Okay, so I have that written down too. I think NSO updates for sure, but I also purposely said only the spin-offs. And if we're going in that route, Pokemon Pinball sitting right there, ladies and
Let's play
gentlemen.
pinball.
Pokemon Pinball for Game Boy Color, and then Pokemon Pinball Ruby Sapphire for Game Boy Advance. Drop those two the same day. Ooh,
both of you.
Ooh. And then if they can somehow, this is gonna be a wild one. But if to get the most value out of these NSOs, and and like I said earlier with Ridge Racer, the Nintendo's going out of the way to get the more obscure N64 games. All right.
Yeah.
And if you look at the list of 64 games, we have all of them but one Pokemon game on there. And if you tell me I can use a USB mic to play.
keep going.
Okay, he already figured it out. If you're telling me I can use a USB mic and I can play Hey You Pikachu, I think that would be kind of sick, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
Would it be like the best thing ever? No, but it would still be really cool.
That sounds crazy.
Oh, it sounds wild.
I'm inferring because I only know a bit of
But I love it.
Yeah, but I feel it. That's funny.
Well, I'm just thinking of what spin-offs are left. It's really not that many spin-offs left that they can pull from. I mean, I'm thinking of what's on Game Boy Advance, and yeah, Pokemon Pinball was the only other spin-off other than Mystery Dungeon. All the other Pokemon games on Game Boy Advance are what? The main lines.
I see you.
Game Boy Color. Puzzle.
I was gonna say, yeah, Puzzle Challenge. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's another one. That's a good one.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, it's just paneled upon, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, you're saying like
I like
I don't know
paneled upon.
too much
I'll take
about
more.
like spin-offs for Game Boy Advance. I went to thinking N64 for a second, but no.
Well, N64 has Stadium 1, Stadium 2, Snap, and Pokemon Puzzle League. So it's only missing Hey You Pikachu.
Interesting. Hell yeah. All right.
For Game Boy Advance, like I said, it's already got Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. So it's only missing spin-off wise, Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. And then for Game Boy Color, technically you're missing Pokemon Puzzle Challenge,
Mhm.
and then you're missing Pokemon Pinball.
Got you.
Is that all of them?
Because everything else is mainline
Or on a different
Game Boy.
platform.
Or on different platforms. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like the spin-offs really start getting heavy DS era. Like that's where you get like Dash, Conquest, all the other mystery dungeon games,
Sheesh.
Troze, like
Troze.
Troze. Throw you that one.
3D Pokédex.
The Wii, where you get like Pokemon Battle Revolution or what's the other one on Wii? Poke Park 1 and 2. So like,
oh yeah,
that was the era of Pokemon spin-offs, like a ton of them.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, since you just brought up Poke Park, what if, or what even are the chances of them maybe just dropping that?
Poke Park HD ports would be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're not like the best games in the world, mind you, but they're like, you know what, for late Switch releases. And at this point, I just don't see Nintendo doing new games for this. Like, let me rephrase that. I think Switch 1 is gonna get games still, at least for another year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
All right. But I just don't think Nintendo's gonna pass Metroid and Pokemon Legends. They're not gonna budget newly made games for the console unless it's only remakes, remasters, and ports. So like Poke Park's not out of the question. That's an interesting pick.
Okay.
Because I was thinking more along the lines of like Colosseum, Gale of Darkness.
You know, I'll take that answer too. I'll take that answer too, please.
I would that again, everybody. This is like pie in the sky dreams at this point. I have the big one I want to talk about in a minute, but Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, those are just like banger games, dude.
Wait, I thought that's GameCube, right?
Those are
They are
GameCube
GameCube.
games. Those are
all the more reason they could.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay. I immediately thought of those covers. I haven't played those games. Well, except Colosseum, but I haven't played.
I've only played Colosseum. I've never played Gale of Darkness, but I know it's in the same vein as Colosseum.
Pretty much, yeah. So I got both of them. It's great.
They're phenomenal. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just like like Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I just like the idea of having more of Nintendo's old stuff on a modern platform, and especially since Switch 2's backwards, having all these carry over. That's the beauty of it.
I'll take it.
I just have one big old Nintendo library. All my favorites are together, and so getting Colosseum, oh my god, that would, even if it's just Colosseum and not Gale of Darkness, I would still take that and be like, damn, thank you.
And
that's so cool.
And not to kind of tangent off, but kind of like not to stray into this topic about it, but it makes me wonder, like, how, if they were to do Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, how would they address like some of the other functions, especially multiplayer wise, for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right.
That sounds fun.
It'd be nice if they were actually considering that. We'll see.
They'll sort it out.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like where they like streamline things, or they take one function that worked on a different platform to this. Like, they'll figure it out. Kind of like what they did with The World Ends With You, a game that's primarily touchscreen, but they figured something out.
They figured a way to play it.
Certainly,
way to play it. Yeah, I mean that's how I have it. I mean I have it on DS as well, but like.
Yeah.
I
like,
it's fine on the Switch. It's fine. It's not the best way to play it, but it's fine.
Yeah, there's gonna be some way that they can flip it.
Yeah. But see, I also have written down some of these leaks I've been reading and these rumors I'm following.
Rumor has it?
He's leaking on stream.
I'm gonna do the first rumor because I have a tier list of what I want these rumors to be real or not.
Oh no.
Okay.
There's 2 rumors. I want to follow this first rumor. Okay.
Because
technically, there will be more Pokemon than you think.
More.
Because I think this has a lot of water to it. Like this has a lot of fire and smoke around it, and I'm thinking it matches with the TCG leaks as well. Because I'm just gonna say it out loud. And follow me here. Follow me here.
Trust me.
Gen 5 remakes.
Gen 5, bro.
Gen 5. I mean, that's the next in line to get the remake treatment.
Oh.
and it has been since 2021 since they did Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Oh yeah, wasn't it? Okay, hold on. I think I see what you mean.
Now,
I see that.
I have some caveats I want to bring up.
Okay.
I don't think Game Freak's touching that game. I think this is another Ilka game.
Another Ilka. Okay.
Yeah. I do think. Well, they have that other company now that is created with Ilka. So that Pokemon specifically has. It's like a specific team of Ilka and Game Freak employees that work together.
Huh.
I forgot what it's called, but I think this is an Ilka developed game because I think Game Freak is working on Legends ZA and then whatever the next generation of Pokemon is going to be for Switch 2.
Okay.
So this would have to be Ilka taking up the reins again for a remake. But let me be clear, I don't think they would go out of their way to make it a one for one remake like they did for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I think these are like, it's going to look a little nicer than those and probably be a little cleaner than those. The rumor is that it's black and white 1, but that when you beat it, the black and white 2 routes will start opening up, and then you can go right into that.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Because see, the rumor sounded correct up until you told me black and white 2 things, because I don't think they're that generous. Because if they were that generous, they would have put the platinum content in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and you didn't. So
expand, Justin.
Sorry, I was kind of distracted with Ibrahim's chat. He was talking about like delays like on stream, so I was trying to see if I could like see what that issue was. But I would say that as far as a remake, I'd never heard any like leaks or rumors about it, but moreover, it's just something I would kind of want, like personally, especially like gathering like what we've seen as far as the patterns. I think that's definitely something we could have, but it would have to be something they would carefully try to work out considering the reception. Well, I mean, it was still good. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I think my only issue with
I feel like I'm one of the, like, I think you and me are like some of the only people that don't hate that game. Like, I think we're like, I found a lot to like about it. Even though Gen 4 is like on the lower tier of my list of like favorite gens, I did enjoy it for what it is. You know, I had fun. It was like, it's kind of like I was talking to you and I about it like before. I like how the era of Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch, everything's different to each other. They're not the same. Every single time we get a new Pokemon mainline release, you have variety. It's like you have the people who like Go, there's Let's Go. You have kind of a continuation of Sun and Moon style with Sword and Shield. Like that kind of like the next upgrade or the next generation of it. Then you have a 1-for-1 chibi like art style, everything else, 1-for-1 remake of classic top-down game, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Then you have an action RPG like Legends Arceus, and then you have the actual true open world game like Scarlet and Violet. So every single mainline up to this point has been different to each other. And I really like that. It's variety.
I remember that being a thing. I don't know why. I mean, as far as like just not pleasing everybody, I felt like that was on like the lower end of complaint about. I remember that the chibi art style, like some points where people were saying they were like cutting corners. So
but here's also
really does that get in the way of the gameplay? I don't think so.
I mean, it looks fine. I mean, I played it. What my bother with the game is that it's not a content complete. I really wish it had the platinum stuff in it because that's
I feel that.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird because it is a 1-for-1 remake of Diamond and Pearl, like nothing more, nothing less. Yeah. Which nostalgically that makes sense for me. I played Diamond, but still, like, I kind of want the platinum content. What are you doing?
That's off. I can give credence to that, not the art style or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I guess ultimately that's what they chose, especially when it came to sales for Pokemon.
Yeah, everyone seems to forget that Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, no matter what the community thinks about that game, are the best-selling remakes in Pokemon history.
Yeah. And the reason that they keep making version like variants is because they count as like two separate things, like as far as their sales.
SKUs, yeah, they're two separate. They're the same SKU and counted in the sales, but also they make the variants for the whole like idea of trading and collecting. So I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Which is why we're getting into another rumor in a minute with that. But this idea of Gen 5 remake, I think holds some water a little bit because of the TCG leaks. We're supposed to be getting that. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting the whole Gen 5 like set later this year.
So I've heard, yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I mean, it could be something of a similar treatment for Black and White being like 1-to-1, just like with a different art style. And I think personally, I didn't have any issues with Brilliant Diamond, Shine and Pearl. It was just that the campaign for like those original games were kind of slow, a little dull.
slow burn.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a while, and they kind of they've kind of sped it up, but they also keep it of the same pace, which I'll honor that. And like Black and White did not have that problem. So
no, my favorite thing about Black and White is that, and I tell you this all the time, why it's my second favorite generation of Pokemon, is that it's cool. When I first played it, it's really cool. They force you to use a brand new 150 Pokemon, and you don't even get to see a Pikachu on the field until post game.
That's how it should be.
Like they don't even let you see a old school Pokemon until post game. Like you have to learn and work with whatever the new Pokemon in that generation were. Which for me, that's really cool. I had to actually learn new Pokemon, new strategies, new types, new matchups.
Which I think
it forced me to it challenged me, which is cool. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, challenge is going to give you a different experience. It's like why not engage with that? Is that like an issue? Actually, hold on. I just thought about that. Do people have an issue with like trying other ways for people to engage with like a new challenge or something?
I'm pretty sure there's probably you're probably gonna see both sides where it's like I want to see new ones, but there's also people who are like, oh, but I love this like Pokemon. I would love for them to just kind of be carried over, especially if they're not trying to like get the other older games just for like that one Pokemon later on. Which is why,
and right now,
it might be why Scarlet and Violet's like set up the way that it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and right now with Pokemon Company and Game Freak confirming, like from here on out, they're not putting every single Pokemon in the game anymore. It has to be like a select few for this game, and then the other ones can take a break, and then they're gonna rotate old ones here and there and out, like, and then obviously make new ones when the next generation is happening.
Yeah, I'm all for like finding in the development process a way of making as much variety as you can with the assets, but I feel like isn't there like a tipping point? Doesn't it like get overloaded at some level?
I mean, we are at 1,000 something Pokemon now, so
yeah. Imagine chucking all of them as you go,
all of it,
and then like the variants too.
Oh yeah,
the Alolan forms, like
the Alolan forms, Galarian forms.
Yeah,
and they have to work with the Suian, like just like game exclusive, yeah.
And then for sure, Legends ZA is gonna have their own forms too. So, and then didn't Scarlet and Violet have forms of specific Pokemon too?
Maybe. I might have. You know what? They might because of the DLC. It might have to go because of the DLC.
So
hey man, y'all gotta. Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot to keep up with. Yeah.
Good lord.
So
man, it's a lot to consider.
But that's the first rumor, but that's not the one I want to happen. This is the most outlandish one. All right, but hear me out. Hear me out.
Wait, that wasn't the. Oh, okay.
No, that was not the most outlandish one. This one actually might be a possible thing. This other one, take this with an absolute grain of salt. This is the rumor that's running around here. It's a 4chan leak, so you already know it's not good.
Oh my god!
But here's the thing.
Leave me alone.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to hear it.
But it's Akuma. Akuma's gonna show up.
I love that break time, but no,
Jin Kazama.
Go ahead.
Okay, hear me out. Because when you hear the details, it sounds plausible. This actually sounds like something Nintendo would do to screw up the collection. So let me be very clear what this is. Pokemon Memory and Pokemon Reminisce.
What'd you just call me?
Pokemon Memory would include Red, Gold, Ruby, Fire Red. While Pokemon Reminisce would include Blue, Silver, Sapphire, Leaf Green.
You got me a leaf green, buddy. Let's go.
I mean,
Okay.
can't go
And
wrong with
then-
those ones.
Now here's where it gets right. What I'm saying is it's a collection of the old games because we've discussed this before. No way in hell Nintendo's putting these on NSO.
Of course not. Of course not.
Sure.
Absolutely not. They know the value of the mainline Pokemon games. They're not dumb.
Yeah.
Like they are not stupid enough to put them on there for free, basically. So that's not happening. Especially because these games have a lot of language options too. So it's
okay.
It would be very difficult for NSO players to be like, damn, I gotta pick all these versions of games and
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's annoying.
so a collection makes the most logical sense. The rumor states that day of they're gonna drop these digitally. The day Pokemon Day itself, they're gonna drop them digitally, including Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald.
Ooh.
All digitally. So you can actually piecemeal the ones you want. You don't have to actually buy the collection and just get whatever. These are going to be dropped by themselves on the eShop. One each one. Okay. Stick with me here. Because
$60
the collection I'm assuming $60 for each collection, yes.
Oh, the whole collection. Okay, I was gonna say like
Pokemon
so Yellow.
I'm assuming each cartridge. So the physical copies are supposed to be coming out on March 13th, which is a Thursday, which makes sense. Nintendo releases games on Thursdays now.
Oof.
And and it'll be those two copies. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't mention Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald. And this is actually why I feel like this rumor holds water for me, because this does sound something as dumb that Nintendo would do.
Oh, no.
Okay.
There would be a dual pack, like every other version has had.
Okay.
And if you get the dual pack, those 3 games come as a digital code.
Oh no.
And so those are not physical no matter what you do.
This sounds plausible.
That sounds very plausible, and I hate it. I hate that it is, because I think it's very dumb that the special edition versions of the games are all like tucked away as digital only. Now, this isn't the worst thing in the world, because you are getting a representation of each gen. You are up to the remakes of Gen 1. That makes sense. But it's still dumb that the other 3 wouldn't be. And that's why I think this might be a thing, because why wouldn't you release the original games? It's like the one thing people have been asking for at this point. They don't even want a remake. They just want the originals.
That is something, yeah.
And so the whole idea of these would be able to be Pokemon Home compatible, something like that's what the rumors are stating, is that they're Pokemon Home compatible. They'd be able to connect to each other wirelessly, online. So it's like, and then separating the games and still making 2 versions of $60 each. Yeah, that's a very Nintendo thing to do. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Industry. So let's pretend that this is hard evidence. And honestly, I would be playing Reminisce because those are all my versions I grew up with: Blue, Silver, Sapphire, Leaf Green. Those are literally the versions I played.
You had me a Leaf Green. That's why I'm getting it.
Yep.
If I treat this as fact. So yeah.
If I treat this as fact, as hard evidence, I'd get all of it.
Oh, I'm getting them both, but I mean, like, yeah, I'm getting I wouldn't get them day one. I would wait for the physical, but also, Nintendo is notoriously done this before. They have dropped Metroid Prime Remastered, and then 2 weeks later, there's a physical copy.
I'm cool with that.
They did this with Mario 3D All Stars. Announced it. 2 weeks later, they dropped the game.
Wait, well, how would that work out with like the middle games at that point? Unless those just strictly digital, or maybe later.
No. So the middle games are always going to be digital no matter what.
Okay.
So how the rumor is saying that this is real, is that, like I said, memory will include red, gold, ruby, fire red. That's one set. Reminisce should include blue, silver, sapphire, leaf green. That's the other set. That's the opposite of those 2. Of each generation of those games. The middle special editions, the third versions, right? Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, those will be just download only no matter what. But they come included with the package digitally with a code if you buy the dual pack. Because typically when they drop 2 Pokemon versions, they drop dual packs.
Yeah, true.
So it's cute. They're still retaining the dual release, but it is really just a collection of those games.
Jeez. All right. That's
Okay.
Ugh.
This is outlandish as hell.
Digital
Mhm.
code.
But I might be more excited for this than Legends ZA. I'm gonna keep it real.
Oh no, Phil!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
Dude.
Chateau Trap.
That's wild, man.
To have all of the original Pokemon games on my Switch and therefore Switch 2, I would kill for those. Like that sounds awesome. Like even if it's in their original forms. So like red and blue would be black and white. Like they'd be in the black and white Game Boy Color, like Game Boy style. But then gold and silver would be Game Boy Color, and then obviously the other 2 are Game Boy Advance games.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And like, yeah, I'm upset that the 3rd versions wouldn't be included physically, but like, again, that makes a lot of sense. Nintendo would definitely do something like that just because they were like, I don't know, they don't fit with the set, so that doesn't make sense.
Mm.
I'm looking at you, Galaxy 2.
Anyway.
Yeah, missed opportunity there. But yeah, no, I feel like this makes sense because of that digital code.
Good stuff then.
Because I honestly like the collections gets the points across. That's what they are.
Right.
If you're waiting for the physical copy, the collection gets the point across. You get Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 1 remake. All of the cartridge-based ones up until before DS.
Up until DS.
And they don't need to do DS because they already have Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Plus, they might do Gen 5. So this makes sense. And why would they be telling us a week ahead of time that Pokemon Presents is here?
Wait, what day are we talking about? Pokemon
next
Day?
Thursday.
Yeah, next
February
Thursday.
27th.
Upcoming or next Thursday?
Upcoming
Thursday.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So for me, that makes sense. But also, again,
on payday, crazy.
I know, right? I'm about to run out and go get that copy myself. I will get a dual pack, no problem. Easy.
Hey,
and also, this makes a lot of sense. February didn't get a Nintendo release. So it's kind of like how they did for what was it? Endless Ocean, where it came out the same month as Paper Mario. Makes up for April not getting one that year.
Okay.
So two major Nintendo releases in March would make up for February. Yeah.
Hopefully they stick with that. As far as like,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I don't know if I believe it, because it makes sense. Nintendo don't make sense.
That's why I was like
hoping.
Kind of
everything they do, you take with a grain of salt. Because here's the thing, guys. I'm also in the camp that we're still getting that direct, that normal direct.
Really? Like maybe like on a Wednesday or Tuesday?
I think we're not. Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't think it's a direct. I don't think it's a normal big direct. I'm thinking at this point it's a direct mini or a partner showcase, and they don't announce it. They're just gonna do a shadow drop on the 25th. I'm betting the 25th, 2 days before Pokemon Day.
Okay.
Because think about it, you get the mini direct plus Pokemon Day. That's a pretty good amount of updates. Because all they have to do for that mini direct is date Metroid. They don't really have to do much else. Everything else would be a lot of third parties and maybe that Kirby Planet Robobot HD port that's been rumored.
Oh, sure.
And I don't know if you noticed at stores, there's a lot of Kirby merch out right now.
There is a lot.
Oh,
how suspicious? They're reprinting the Kirby amiibos that came with Planet Robobot. Isn't that weird?
Curious.
Isn't that suspicious?
A little suspicious.
A little weird.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't
be suspicious.
It's pretty suspicious. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm still in the camp that we're getting a direct. I just don't at this point. I'll take the L though. I'm gonna take the L now, but just in case.
I'll pre-order my my L copy.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But at this point they've done this. They've done it where they just drop a mini and they don't even say, "Hey, all right, let me bring up Mario 40th or the Mario 35th anniversary direct. They just dropped that. They didn't even announce it.
True that.
That's a fair point, I guess.
All right. So they can still drop a direct mini and be like, all right, there you go.
Yeah, it's maybe even. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same principle too, where it's like the games are ready to go at this point. Like, if anything, you could go based off of like how people were able to exchange titles from like Game Boy Color in advance as well to something else that they would like mod into it. And it's like, oh, here's Pokemon right here. It's like, what? Yeah, they can totally do it.
And like I said, this gets around them having to put it on NSO. They'll charge you for it.
That's it. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And here's the thing: $60 for each collection, 120 total. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Unfortunately, in this market, that's still cheaper than getting at least
actual
2 of those cartridges.
Authentic.
So, yeah. And I think I would love to have a physical cartridge on my Switch that has those games ready to go with all the connectivity, like compatibility. So,
and we haven't even like really talked too much about like extensive like connectivity to like actual Pokemon Home stuff, for example.
Yeah, supposedly they have Pokemon Home integration, so that's very interesting.
Because when there was a maintenance thing for Pokemon Home, whether to schedule it was just like kind of announced or something like that. That could just also be hindsight bias or something like that. Ooh,
I'm hearing you.
I didn't really even think about the classic ones. I was just so hung up over the fact that they wouldn't do NSO like with the main line, and I'd be like, what then? And I would just stop thinking about it for a little bit.
They ain't never gonna put the main line. Absolutely not. Like they are never gonna do that.
Absolutely not.
No, sir.
The audacity.
No, sir. They said Pokemon free? No.
Not on my watch.
Yeah, not on my watch.
My wallet.
not when they can charge $10 each on the 3DS eShop when Game Boy games were only $4. Like,
it's crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's funny. Oh,
so
boy.
that's my big prediction. I'm still team. There is going to be a direct, but I'm running out of time to prove that. So
yeah,
bro.
Hey man, look, all I'm saying is February is not over.
This is true.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd ever do something for March real quick?
Like a direct? No.
Okay.
No.
None of those.
That's just way too close then.
Yeah. No. I mean, they've done a direct in March. They've done something like that in March, yeah.
Oh,
that's when they released Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh,
was it really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess at the same time, that's getting closer to like them promoting Xenoblade.
But also, it's getting way too close for them to the Switch 2 direct.
Okay.
Switch 2 is April 2nd. We all have to keep that in mind.
That's true. They wouldn't want to like be like, oh, more Switch 1 stuff while everyone's trying to prep for like Switch 2.
This is why I think at this point it's a mini or it's a partner showcase. And you know what? That's cool with me. Partner showcases still show off some really cool things. So
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Yeah, Pokemon Day. I'm excited for everything. I'm excited to see new games. I'm looking forward.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. Anything you want
to
say?
More game related stuff?
Yeah, actually. Actually, I wanted to like stick around with Nintendo a little bit more, so since we're like still on the topic of it.
My favorite topic.
Don't preemptively do that.
What do you mean? I bought it.
Oh, but question for me, yeah. Question, Phil. Are you able to redeem gold points with that one?
Oh God.
Yeah,
no, it's been a year. It's been way long past a year for that one. When did this come out? And I didn't pick it up. 2021.
Well,
disgusting.
Whether it be a game that's old or one that's coming out like around in March, there is a little bit of news around that. Nintendo has decided to go forward, effective March 25th. They will discontinue Nintendo like gold point redeem stuff.
Yeah, the gold coins. They're gone. They're gone. Which is so weird. And they're not just gone. Like they're gone, Aniyah. Like they're taking them out of the Nintendo. So at Nintendo Store in New York, you were able to, whatever you buy there, you just give them your account and they would add the gold coins.
Damn.
Those are good. Those are gonna be gone too. Anything you purchase digitally would give you gold coins free, like out the gate. Gone. You cannot redeem any games that come out after March 24th.
Oh my
Gone.
Really?
So Xenoblade is only redeemable for the first 3 days of its life before you cannot redeem that game anymore for gold coins. So, and Atelier Yumiya, I guess, too, for 2 days. So you better jump on that.
I'm just gonna assume that everybody was able to make this system work, and they were like, we don't like to be uncomfortable. Slash it.
No, I guess it sounds like they have a new system going up for Switch 2, and they just don't want to get that going now. They want to cut this now before they go into Switch 2 era.
That's what I think.
Instead of what you said, instead of a year, it's gonna be 3 days. Is that
what?
I mean?
No,
Oh,
no,
not
you
like
just
that.
can't redeem them ever. I'm only saying
all.
that for Xenoblade because the cutoff date for everything is March 24th.
Got you. Okay, that is funny. Okay.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
Do what you do, Nintendo.
I mean,
it's really weird, kind of dumb to be honest.
Yeah.
It's corny, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's a new system of like distribution point accruals, maybe that would probably get in the way with the existing gold point system. So they might want to be like changing it up a little bit. Otherwise, it would be kind of terrible if they just like outright just cut it off and they were like, nah, you guys are getting too much out of this already.
So yeah,
And we're not,
if
but
it's
like,
if it's a new system rather than getting the concept out itself, I can understand that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm
a new
assuming
system,
that's
sure.
what that is.
I'll be optimistic, but I swear, Phil, you said at least 3 times that Nintendo makes moves that doesn't make sense. So I'm just I'm gonna hold on.
Do you happen to have written down as well for the next topic the vouchers as well?
not the vouchers, no.
Yeah, so they also confirmed upfront that the Nintendo vouchers that you can buy online, if you're a digital purchaser more than like physical, the vouchers are so cool. You pay $100 upfront, you get 2 digital vouchers for the year, and you can buy any first-party Nintendo game, including Tears of the Kingdom when it came out. So you should be able to save $20 on that game,
Wow,
which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you save $10 on each game, and just pick the ones that come out that you can redeem. It's any first-party Nintendo game that comes out. Okay. They have explicitly said right now, you can still buy the vouchers. Go for it. They will only work for Switch 1 games. They are not promising Switch 2 at all for it.
Mm.
So games that are exclusively
That's
for
rough.
the Switch 2, you cannot redeem those vouchers.
I guess, I don't even know, like...
So they already told people if you still have a voucher, use it. Because you're not going to use it for Switch 2. Stop holding on to it.
games are expensive.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, this is a Switch Online like perk. You can get them if you have a Switch Online membership.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I see. Okie dokie, okay.
I haven't really
Okay,
used
they got
those,
me.
but I could see like the perks of using that, especially. But it
Yeah.
kind of sucks that they're going back on it now.
I don't use them either. I'm obviously a physical collector than more than digital, but you know, I do know people that do it. So it's like, yeah, that sucks. Like they were probably waiting for that new Mario Kart, and they were just like, nope.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Miss me with that. Yeah.
Yep.
Now you're paying the premium 70.
Yeah, because let's face it, Nintendo's gonna bump up their games to 70. They got to join the era.
Nah, they got me.
Yeah, they
found
got
out
me
my
too.
bad.
Like I said, dog. They just hit me again because I forgot to do something, and they hit me, and I got up and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It was my fault.
It was my fault.
It's stupid, bro. What are they thinking?
I should have been paying the $70 up front. You're right, Nintendo. Thank you.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Do I have to roll with that? The heck is that?
I'll
Okay.
go ahead and put that down here as well.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But
it's on your docket, Justin.
I have a couple other ones. They're kind of like just stray, like singular, like things that were happening.
Sure.
I did want to kind of address the fact that we did have like those layoffs, like from NetEase, specifically in Seattle. So it was like, damn, dude, the game was doing so well too, or it is still doing so well.
Not the director of Marvel Rivals, mind you, one of the most successful games right now, getting fired. Crazy.
When though? It's like, what are
Like
we
I don't
getting?
understand. I don't understand.
We don't want him getting money for something he participated in.
Yeah, that makes sense as corporate. You're right.
As a big wig board director, whoever fired this man, I was like, more money. why would I let this man get some?
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I get it.
So I
My
was
wallet, you know
I was
what I mean?
following the IGN story for it, their postings about it, and like reportedly the reasons would be for organizational reasons. Just a lot of colorful text here and there.
The BS
Oh.
reason.
Yeah.
Organizing the money.
Yeah.
Organizational
Gotcha.
reasons, optimize developmental efficiency for the game. So it's like, all right, there's something else, but you know, that's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna throw a crack in the. I'm gonna throw a rock at this crack in the system.
I thought you were gonna say cave dive. I was like, stop it.
Cave dive would be
crazy.
What I'm assuming, right? Because honestly, wait, remind me, who got fired?
It was
the director of Marvel Rivals,
and
So
like the
director,
Seattle
and then on top
development
of-
team.
The development team. So somebody, a part of the development, just got cut off, and yet they're saying it's all for the purpose of organizing. And I swear you just said development efficiency. Why would you get rid of a part of the development that makes it efficient?
Why Aniyah? The game's done. What else do you need to be efficient about?
Oh, my bad. I thought like with a game like this, didn't they just announce another character being added? I think that's a.
They're
part
not
of the
even. They're not even
development
done with
process.
season 1. They're not done with season 1. This is the Fantastic Four. They haven't added everybody yet.
Yeah, and they got what's his face, freaking Blade coming up, right?
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed that. Maybe I don't know how games are made. I think you have to develop the character, right? I think you're gonna need a team to do that,
I think you need a team to develop such things.
right?
Would
And
be.
then this game is such a heavy hit. Like you're so successful. Like I think you can kind of scrounge up and make money at a reasonable pace that everybody should be cool. You don't have to cut corners and lay people off
Are you?
for this game to effectively work.
Are you trying to make sense?
You know what? I tried, but they're the one making dollars. So here I am, just
Yeah.
throng ideas out here. So
Clearly, you
it's
don't
kinda
know how to
crazy.
run a business.
Dang, I'm stay broke. I gotta rob
Stay
people.
broke.
I don't want to rob people, so I'll stay poor. That's crazy.
That's so crazy. All
ABA
right.
always broke again.
Just like, bro.
Oh man,
That's
that
so
joke was so
stupid.
funny. It woke Gabe up. Oh my goodness. All right.
I was like, come on, man, making sense with these people just to cut corners and like finding any funnel of money. Dang, that sucks, bro. I don't know
Yeah.
what those people are gonna do now. As far as like them being a development team, sure. I'm hoping that like they can make something out of it with the skill set that they have and the director and all that noise. Just hopefully they can find another venture, and then like knowing who these people are, maybe if there's like a good amount of support and they decide to make another move that doesn't involve somebody potentially just robbing them. Like, what is this, man?
Mhm.
As far as like what I know about this scenario, if they can get enough support from people who see this being critically stupid, they can get like another startup somewhere.
Mhm.
Kind of crazy. But
Well,
man,
yeah, it
It's-
sucks. It's just dumb.
yeah, hoping the best for those guys.
Not even successful games are like safe, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Wow, you succeeded. Gotta let you go. That's crazy.
Can't have,
Your
can't
game
have
is
that.
like the number one talked about hero shooter right now. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude. The thing with Concord, it was such a failure because it was like a badly handled game,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it missed the wave. So like that makes sense for it
Yeah.
to
And
have
then here
people,
comes Marvel Rivals being like 10 times better game,
and they're like,
being the number one hero shooter right now. And then bye, you can still go too.
Look at the director in Seattle, like, I only love my mom. I'm my bad. I'm sorry.
that's absurd, bro.
But yeah.
Open the best.
What's next on the docket?
Okay. Kind of like little two like things going on here. There's an update to Hades 2. The early access. The
Yeah.
War Song update.
I need that on the Switch too. Damn it! I need it.
Gabe needs it too.
But yeah, it was interesting because Hades 2, the early access is like right now on Steam. It's like $30 to essentially like just jump in, have that experience, and it almost feels like a full-fledged game as far as what other people are like playing and like just kind of perceiving. And they still have like updates to that, and then they'll actually have like a full like fledged game like at some point in the future. And it's kind of like maybe like change, well, not change, but I would say it's given me a different perspective of like how we perceive like finished completed games. And then there's also like the live service games, which are always like continually expanding and stuff like that. And I think this early access kind of falls in between. So it's, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys had any thoughts about that, but
I don't know. I don't know. I know it's an early access, but Hades was also an early access for a good minute before game and everything. So
I never knew that, honestly. I would always hear about Hades, but I didn't hear more about it until it officially released. My thing would be when it comes to early access or, you know, getting some kind of way that people engage with the game, it might be a practice that I might be missing, because I always assume it would be better for games to just actually, you know, have a better stage in their development before even giving like a demo and then a release window. Because how long was Hades in like early access before releasing? Huh?
It was a while. I don't remember how long, but I'm expecting Hades 2 to drop this year on everything. I'm expecting it to actually leave early access. Yeah, just late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo would have the privilege to do it. They're the ones that announced Hades is coming to console. So,
okay.
I feel like Switch 2 Direct would be crazy if they said, "Hey, Hades 2 will be a Switch 2 game later this year." That would be pretty cool, especially because like Nintendo has such a cool, like, they're very big with indies, and so like they are going to definitely promote a lot of indie games. They're gonna depend on a lot of indies for Switch 2 for sure, just like they did with Switch 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see you. Jeez, yeah. What the hell? When it comes to development, I'm just always hoping that they hope they have development efficiency to where it's not like stressing out.
This is super giant. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay.
So I was like, yeah, all right. So I don't have to worry about it. As long as they don't, I don't have to worry about it. I think Super Giants always had like a good record, so we're good.
Yeah, we should be okay. You know, it's been interesting. More recently, actually, I've been seeing people like check out Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and honestly, I'm looking at some of the gameplay and it's looking pretty solid. But the question is,
I didn't hear anything bad.
How do you think that game's gonna run on Switch? It is confirmed for the Switch, by the way.
How did the other ones run before?
It'll do its best.
Huh?
Right? Like, did the other games that
Sonic Team Sonic Racing was all right. It ran 30 frames. It was okay.
I'm kind of thinking that too. But there's also the thing about them crossing over to different like worlds within the same race.
Yeah, it looks super clean and so like and super polished in 60 frames. I just couldn't imagine how that game would run on Switch. I'm gonna wait because I do want it on a Nintendo platform. It's where we play most of our party and local multiplayer games.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. And I never had a chance to talk to you about that game. How do you feel about Sonic Riders returning in that game, bro? Like,
say less. That's the only thing I'm gonna use. That's all I'm gonna use.
The Extreme Gears coming back is crazy.
Yo, they knew. They realized the power of nostalgia.
If they let me use the zero gravity, like gravity band, whatever it's called from the game, with that.
And then they have the pirate ship level from freaking Sonic and the secret rings. Get the hell out of here, bro. Like,
what the heck? Isn't that like it's Sinbad, which was like Knuckles?
Sinbad, or something like it's Knuckles as Sinbad, yeah.
Good Lord. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen the memes yet. Where's like Sinbad the comedian or something? They gotta run with that.
Shush.
Hilarious.
It looks cool though. I like the polish. Mario Kart might actually have decent competition this year.
I was gonna actually
say that, but like sales wise, Mario Kart's gonna win no matter what.
Of course.
I mean, like, yeah.
But as far as like competency in comparison, I think they're finding like a good middle ground. They've had like quite a bit of history now.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. This looks. I'm more excited than I thought I was gonna be for it because I was already like because I like the Sonic racing games. The three of them are so good. Team Sonic Racing is just all right, but it's still good. Like it plays just as good as the other games. It's just content wise, it's whatever. It's really this one looks like this is what Team Sonic Racing should have been. If you're gonna do nothing but Sonic, this is how you do it. Go all out on it.
Go nuts.
Go nuts.
I'm waiting for the
Big the Cat and the Froggy car. I'm in.
Personally, I was sorry. I was waiting for like the DLC crossover with DC, and we just have them riding in Gotham.
Yo, the Batmobile.
That'd be stupid. Yeah, they're not down. They're not down to do
They're
it.
not down for that. They're not that cool. I did hear rumors that the DLC is going to be Sega different Sega franchises. That's pretty cool.
That's smart.
Yeah, so that way it could still be a Sega and All Stars game. It just base game will not be. It'll just be Sonic for the most part. I think. I don't know. I don't know because that aircraft is that supposed to be Metal Harbor or is that supposed to be like a mix of Metal Harbor and what's the game? The Sega game that was in Transformed. Oh my goodness.
I can't tell you off my head.
It's the one with the warplane. Oh my god, I could do this. No, I could do this. Philip, come on, brain. Sega arcade games. Afterburner.
Oh, gotcha.
Afterburner.
I think I did hear Metal Harbor during stream. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's Metal Harbor for sure. I just don't know like if there's anything else to that one. It's also cool because they're bringing back the Transform stuff. Like you can be on the water again. You can be in the plane again.
Yeah. Okay. Then you could say, oh my god, and it should work out.
That's all I really wanted to bring up for it. So I think it's gonna look pretty solid. And it's cool that they're still like working on like all these different Sonic games like from across, and they're just kind of like building them.
Oh,
I think that's everything I got here. If we're done with games, we could talk real quick, Aniyah, about like anime and like manga stuff. There's nothing like crazy new that's been popping up, I don't think.
Vegeta folded, and I would have too.
Oh, that is something that was really big. I lied.
Wait, which one?
Vegeta folding?
Oh, it's Dragon Ball Daima.
Let me do a transition to that because it's something I found interesting when it comes to some series I've been reading. I've been reading a lot of one shots. I found there's this one shot manga that's based off a game that's on the Switch. What's it called? It's called Urban Myth Dissolution Center.
Okay.
It sounds kind of crazy. So in the line of the mangas that I'm reading, I want to play the game before I read the manga. So I think what kind of game is it? I think it's like a point and click adventure.
Oh, okay.
But like it's mystery. So like by the title, you're gonna be dealing with like a lot of like weird paranormal stuff. The style looks interesting. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna tune into. So at some point, I'm probably gonna buy it like today. I'll just get off the e-store because it's not I don't think it has a physical. That way I can get ready to read this manga in terms of something based off a game. Cause I think it was a game first. It should have been a game first before it became a manga. So I just found like another development studio because it's Shueisha. So with them doing manga and stuff, if they have one shots that do well enough, and then they tune into like making them other products like that, I think that's an interesting kind of practice to do. So hopefully this game kind of like showcases that being a possibility because it looks fun. But like outside of that, what else is going on with Daima thing? Okay, the Daima thing is kind of crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I seen a lot of spoilers.
Yeah,
and all the hype behind it. Like it's still cool, even though I got spoiled to it. But let's see. Yeah, sorry. Vegeta being a certified gooner is what they're going with right now. Because, bro, I mean, who would have thought? Like, as soon as he heard that, he just blitzed right back into waiting. That was kind of crazy.
He loves his wife more than he loves fighting. Go figure.
That is cool. He dog. Like, again, character arc is crazy. He went from blowing up planets to house dad. Like, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. But
we love that character development.
That's hilarious though. And then like, you know what? This is something I remember giving props to Vegeta before. There was it was during the Buu Saga. Do you remember when Goku was who'd he save? I'm trying to remember. It was when Kid Buu like destroyed the Earth, right? Before they went to the world of Kai's or whatever to have the final fight. He didn't save Gohan. He didn't grab Gohan. I think he picked like who'd he pick up? I forgot who he picked up. All I know is that it wasn't Gohan. and Vegeta got mad at him. Vegeta was pissed. I was like, you know what? It was always like a point for Vegeta to go into being like a really good dad, as opposed to like people always give even in this moment, people will give Goku a lot of mess for it because it is kind of crazy. Look, Goku's pretty irresponsible when it comes to that. He's a kind-hearted person, right? It's not like he wouldn't be like a better, like he's not like the worst dad. He's a good dad. But like when you find like points like that, and then Vegeta calls him out on it, it is kind of I mean, it makes you look at him a little bit sideways. Like, come on, Goku. But I digress. It was just like it was a funny point to remember when it comes to how much of a good parent Vegeta is,
Yeah.
Again, blowing up planets, taking baths with his wife. Very important.
It's very, very important. He's like says priorities straight, and he will stick by them.
It's funny. You gotta respect the guy.
I've been trying to catch up with Daima. I think I'm like going to start episode 12. So that was like all the way back from like episode 5 or something like that. So it's been quite a journey for me. And you know what? I'm starting to like pick it back up. I'm actually like starting to enjoy it a little bit more. I think it was just during a time where like Boar stuff was showing up, but because this is one of those like shows that actually extends beyond the 12 episode period, that I was able to find some space like in between like this season to kind of like check it out a little bit more. So other than that, my stuff hasn't
like
changed.
Ending at right. It's ending in this next episode, which is 20 or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because what I've been seeing, One Piece has been on break, so it was kind of like have some Daima to keep you covered. At least as far as like One Piece fans are talking. But for me, I think it's just been a minute since I watched like a lot of anime straight through. So watching this Dragon Ball thing would be funny. So I'm gonna put some time into watching it. Don't know when, but I do want to watch it at least like before episode 20's up, or even after. Who knows? I'm gonna binge watch all of it at some point. Well, let me some Dragon Ball, because what is it? I mean, it's like, what's the bigger thing that people are mentioning? I didn't know. It's hold on. I forgot. Mark brought it up. This happens like between Z and Super?
Yes.
So it's like when it happens, this is all just fan service, mind you. It really is just fan service, to where the fact that they became kids hones in on, people who enjoy Dragon Ball, and then some people who enjoy Dragon Ball GT. Then everybody got like their moment of a form they never had, like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta.
Oh, sure that. And then obviously the spoiler thing too.
Yeah, hey man, about to get into spoilers. Super Saiyan 4 for Goku. Man, I don't know if I want to wrestle with which one's my favorite as much, because they're both cool. They're really both cool. I wonder. I might have to think about it a little bit more, because the aspect that I always appreciated was like they're Saiyans. So them focusing on like having like primate attributes, like the monkey fur and the tail, the monkey tail, whatever the hell, right? And the forms when they turn into great apes. Them having fur and like more like they're like what is it? They're more like
agitated, aggressive,
like aggressive, right? Because Goku was
he was a menace. He was a menace.
He was a whole menace. The way he was talking, I was like, bro, chill. I know he's an enemy, but like, calm down. They had that going, so it's kind of like, oh, monkey. But then now it's just like the color combo and like some different attributes, because like now they have like cut off forearms to where it's like the fur doesn't go all the way to the wrist, but their forearms are like on some Popeye the Sailor mess now, so they're all beefed up. The color's more uniform, and like there's a little bit more hair going on to wherever they're going, right? And it doesn't look bad. It looks cool. It looks pretty sick.
It's kind of low key giving me like, especially with the hair, the Super Saiyan God look, kind of. And I don't know if that's like an actual like decision that they decided to go with because of that.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I guess like how many colors can they really work with that makes it stand out as much? I guess
it's tough to say.
I mean, we already got we got yellow, and then we got
the blue. We got
and
rose
then magenta,
pink,
whatever the heck this
which
color
is, you know,
Yeah,
that's
Rosé.
Goku black, but sure.
Yeah, and then like green kind of belongs to Broly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's like, I guess where you draw the line, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, what do we go for?
It's not horrible. Now it's just like, I think they tune it to just like aura at that point. Because like, I think almost, now that you say it,
Mhm.
in the Battle of the Gods, it's kind of like almost a 1-for-1 in terms of color, I think. Or like, I think what isn't
Kinda.
Goku like he has like, I think like even I think his skin got a little bit more
Lighter,
redder, right? Not so much.
He's like a
yeah,
little
right?
thinned
Not so
out.
much, yeah, right. And he thinned out too. So it wasn't so much Kaioken color. Because you gotta think about Kaioken too.
Kaioken.
So that, yeah, they run out of colors. Like, I don't know. Like,
They're running out of the spectrum.
it's pretty crazy.
We just need purple.
But wait, who has purple? Doesn't somebody have purple?
Not as a Super Saiyan hair, no.
Yeah, not a Super Saiyan hair, but like a grip on purple aura. Is that a thing? Like some evil characters might.
It
right?
had to be some kind of emotional thing because they literally chain it to like those types of like bits of origin that like each color like represents a different type of emotion. And maybe legendary is a little bit different. Like maybe green's different.
Bro, I don't know what Broly is. At this point, it's better that they canonize them to be an ally. Cause bro, hey man, all the fan service you got in that Broly movie, he was still taking hits from Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. We cannot act like this dude's a pushover. Cause that's kind of crazy. I'm not like a huge, I don't dive into the power scaling as much, but if we're talking Dragon Ball, like of course everybody's gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Like whatever the heck Broly's made of, cause bro, like he was still cool. If anything, he got transported in the middle of a fight, and it felt like he was just surprised that he just got booped out of existence. He probably would have kept going. Who knows? Like Broly is a freaking menace, but like who knows? Don't let him turn Super Saiyan 4. Nobody's gonna win.
Gotcha. Before we start wrapping up, I want to ask, and I'm not sure if Phil, I'm not sure if you can hear this. I was checking with both of y'all to see if you guys have seen Captain America yet.
I have not.
Okay, that's totally okay, by the way. But I was just curious about like having any type of conversation about that. No,
Yeah.
he said no.
That's funny. Definitely finding the time to do so is going to be interesting. I think for me, I might just have to do it randomly in the weekday. I could probably do it next week, and then we could talk about it later. And then I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone next Saturday.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I mean, I'll probably just like throw my 2 cents in, as far as like maybe in the group chat when I watch it. But
okay.
Yeah, some stuff like that, you know.
Gotcha.
I heard it looks good. I'm hoping it's good. So
I enjoyed it. I won't really be able to talk too much about like a lot of the discourse as far as like mixed reviews and whatnot. I understand them, but just
yeah, say less. I get it.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? The one thing I will say.
What's up?
I did hear. Maybe you might not agree, but I did hear the after credit scene wasn't that good. I did hear that.
Well, there is just one after credit scene. There's no mid credits or anything like that. It's just a hinter at like things to come later on. It's kind of similar to like, well, actually, maybe not to that same caliber as like, you know, if you've seen oh my god, why am I Guardians of the Galaxy, like that ending.
Oh,
where it's pretty much just to say, it's pretty much just to like potentially prep things up, and that's it.
Okay, one of those. Oh, it's not too crazy. Okay. Say less. All right, I'm cool with that.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll go and end it here. Phil, come back to the seat. Alrighty. We're wrapping up things here, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode 536? Yeah. We'll go with that. My name is Justin, everybody.
I'm Aniyah.
And I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.
Skibbity doo. I'll see you too.